Hey, how's it going? It's Oddball Gloves here. Today I'm doing a review on my Shoeless Joe 1150 MT and my Shoeless Joe 1937 Golden Era glove. So, a little bit about Shoeless Joe. All their gloves are handcrafted in Mexico, I believe, out of the Roland factory. I'm not entirely sure though. Um, the company is based in Hays, Kansas, and the Classic Series, or the Golden Era Series and the Classic Series, both are made out of antique tobacco leather, which is basically a pre-oiled steer hide. It's kind of like the Rawlings Sandlot series, not the Sandlot Heart of the Hide, but the Sandlot series, but it's a little bit higher quality in my opinion. Um, so what I like about the glove? Well, first I should mention that there's writing on both of these. So whenever you see that, like, don't be alarmed. On this one, my girlfriend wrote on it. Since I'm from Kansas, there's some sunflowers in there. And on this one, I basically copied Ali Caulfield's glove from Catcher in the Rye. Since he wrote poems in green ink on his glove, I did the same with this since it's about the same time period. So anyways, what I like about the glove, well, what I really like about this is the lining. Um, it's here. Let's get a good look in there. It's like crinkled, and it doesn't look like it's going to be as comfortable as the Wilson A2000 or Heart of the Hide. Um, but I find with those, my hand gets a little too slippery. Like playing in the summer, your hand sweats, and if it's a really like fine, polished lining, then it kind of slips off. Especially if you go traditional in glove and not too in the pink. And it kind of reminds me of Insignia's dimple technology. So it has a really nice grip on your hand. The second thing I like about it is something that some people might not like, but it's unstructured, meaning it doesn't have a specific pattern. Personally, I like this because it closes the exact way that like your hand closes. It doesn't have a predetermined pattern that it wants you to close in. So like I've had problems in the past with like the NP models. I just they have a shallower pocket, personally, and they close like more like this to me. And normally I close mine about here, like pinky, or realistically about right there. And this, you can perform early the way you want. These laces really, they stretch if you want them to. I always do. I always like to have a really wide pocket on my glove. There's a bit of a crease in the glove. All Shoeless Joes really like this, and honestly, it doesn't have any difference on how it performs. I mean, some people don't like that, but it doesn't make a difference. Let's see. What else did I have to say about it? It's a lot lighter than some of the other gloves I've seen, the A2K. Like, I used an A2K for 3 years of high school. This is definitely a lot lighter than that. A2Ks are also heavier than A2000s because, they have the double palm lining and everything, but this glove is a lot lighter than both of them, in my opinion. Something else people might not like, but I really don't mind, is it has the inserts, I think, are like a plastic or like a wood or something. I'm going to say plastic. And so they're hard to mold. So you got a little bit of a flare there on the thumb. And this is pretty straight. I roll it in just a little bit. But, you definitely can't flare it like you can like a Wilson, like DP15, So if that's something that's really important to you, that's something to keep in mind. But I've never had a problem with these inserts. The ball's never like ricocheting off. They're not soft or anything. Like, it keeps the ball in there. Let's see what else. So I've used this for about 2 years. I used this for my senior year of high school and almost the entire year of college baseball, my freshman year. I'd say I pitched in maybe 2 games with a different glove, but other than that, I mean, it's held up. I like floppy gloves. I don't mind that it's kind of pancaked like this. It still has a pretty nice pocket in there too. I know it doesn't look it, but just like whenever your hand is in there, it has a really nice pocket still going on. In terms of the 1937 glove, it's just a really cool looking glove, obviously. I kind of got it just as like something cool to mess around with sometimes. The lining on it's really comfortable, which is I'm pleasantly surprised about it because I thought it's just gonna be kind of a glove that I can mess around with. The main thing that I like about these is they're old school look. Like, I love these logos, the Shoeless Joe with the script and the bat underneath. I don't know, I think that's super cool. And also just the color of the leather. I mean, I had a Wilson first baseman from the 1950s. It was like one of the predecessors to like an A2000, right? It was like an A2950 or something like that. And the leather color is the exact same. So I think that's pretty cool. Just give it a nice classic look. And also, I mean, their motto I really like, just when it was just a game, because, you know, college athlete, we spend a lot of time training, and so it's nice to just, whenever I'm pitching, just see that and remind myself, like, this is just a game, you know, like, working hard, but still, you know, have fun with it. Overall, I mean, I definitely recommend these gloves. It served me really well, and, you know, a lot of people think that they're not made for like college players or like professional players. I mean, I'm using it in college. I definitely think you could. I think I'm gonna relace this pretty soon because I'm really trying to get in relacing, and I think this is the best candidate for that. You know, it's a little bit flimsy at this point, and you know, I haven't. You know, you're supposed to treat your glove really well, and I definitely have. There's also just some days of practice you're trying to get out in a hurry and just kind of put it in your bag. I've done that a couple times to it, you know, so that's definitely affected it. Overall, the leather stood up really nice. The fact that it's pre-oiled, you know, you don't have to take care of it nearly as much. I mean, it was like a year before I really had to oil it at all, and it's still nice and supple. So overall, this is a great glove, and you should definitely check them out. So, yeah, thanks for watching.